You ever watch a domino fall and know it's the first in a long line? The one little push that topples everything you thought you understood about your team. There's always that moment, that split second before the pieces crash down, when the voices stop and the city holds its breath. Detroit's been no stranger to heartbreak, but this time it feels different. Darker, rawer, like a secret tearing through the seams of our Lions family. Light up the comments if you're ready to face the truth, no matter how ugly. Because what just went down in this franchise cuts deep into the very soul of what it means to bleed Honolulu blue and silver. Behind the bright lights and Sunday cheers, somewhere in the shadows of this front office's choices and whispers on the street, something cracked wide open Saturday morning. Executive eyes sharp, whisper networks buzzing, the locker room suddenly colder. Insiders are whispering about a move no fan saw coming until the bomb dropped. Brandon Joseph, the young safety who had quietly cemented himself as Detroit's third down anchor and a special teams warrior, was waived. But why? This wasn't just a roster shuffle. This was a gut punch. Turns out, Joseph was taken into custody by the Dearborn Heights Police Department early that morning. Released. Yes, but the silence on the details is deafening. No official reason, no statement. Just a cloud of rumors forbidden to be named, but impossible to ignore. The name Brandon Joseph echoes like a ghost in a city used to ghosts. Ghosts of seasons slipping away, hopes dashed on unforgiving turf, of rebuilds that never quite break through. And now, here we are, watching one of our own fall from grace before our very eyes, stripped from the team just hours after the news broke. What does this mean for Detroit's fragile defensive backfield? For a defense trying desperately to find its identity behind Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph? What if this isn't just about one man, but about a locker room storm that's yet to fully surface? What if the pressure cooker inside the Lions headquarters is releasing steam in a way none of us anticipated, leaving us all to wonder what's really concealed beneath these headlines? A deeper fracture in team culture or a desperate bid to protect the future of this franchise? From the ashes of decades of disappointment, we've watched the Lions claw their way toward respectability, cling to every spark of hope like it was oxygen. But with Brandon Joseph's abrupt exit, that spark feels flickering, questioning our faith in the front office's direction when secrets like this hang heavy in the air. What if this move signals a reckoning far beyond just one's safety? What if this is the start of a purge, a cleansing fireside in Detroit's locker room as the organization tries to burn away anything that doesn't fit the mold for the playoff run it craves? And if this domino falls, you won't believe who's next. Because if this move hits, if the Lions lose more than just on the field, Detroit is not just fighting for wins anymore. We're fighting for the soul of this team, for the heart of a city that refuses to break even when every headline threatens to shatter our faith. The fuse is lit, the silence thick as smog over the Motor City streets. Now all we can do is wait for the explosion. Light the torches, Lions Nation. This is our moment to rise from the ashes or be buried beneath them, because what just happened isn't just a scandal. It's a battle cry for every Detroit fan who's ever bled silver and Honolulu blue and watched disappointment crawl its way back into our lives like a ghost refusing to fade. We're staring into the abyss of a locker room fracturing at the seams. And the whispers, the tension that's thick enough to choke on, tell us one thing. This wasn't just about a young guy caught up in the wrong circumstances. No, this is an eruption. A warning shot fired right into the heart of our franchise, and every single one of us feels it pounding like a drum in our chest. Is this a wake-up call? Or the prelude to a purge, a cleansing fire burning away the weak links while the front office, the coaches, the players all look at each other with trembling eyes, knowing we've crossed a threshold dangerous territory where the cracks can split wide open, revealing something darker beneath the surface. Because let's be real, we've been through hell and back. Remember the 0-16 season, sitting at no one pick and thinking hope was just a mirage? Remember Dan Orlovsky scrambling for safety and clutching our hearts while the world laughed? Calvin Johnson's retirement, the heartbreak of watching our star receiver walk away from the game because he knew winning was a distant dream. Barry Sanders walking out of the desert, tired of running in circles while the city burned with frustration. Jim Caldwell's firing that felt like another cruel reminder that loyalty in Detroit is a game only the brave dared to play. Every flashback is a dagger, every memory a scar we carry, yet we still cling to the promise of redemption, of that next breakthrough. That one Sunday where everything clicks, a playoff run, a shot at the Super Bowl, finally breaking free from the curse of mediocrity that's haunted us for decades. But how do we ignore the ominous signs now? The whispers of betrayal, of secrets hidden beneath the polished surface, just like the blood-stained turf of Ford Field in some nightmare. This isn't just about losing a safety. It's about losing our patience, our trust, the sacred bond we've built with every heartbreak, every victory, every time the team was just one play away but always fell short. And what if this move, this reckless, brutal, heartbreaking decision is the first domino tipping over so the entire house of cards collapses? What happens when the truth finally comes out, revealing a locker room torn apart from the inside out, or worse, a front office more interested in damage control than championship dreams? Our rivals are watching, sharpening their claws, tasting blood in the water. The Packers, Bears, Vikings, they see us bleeding. They smell vulnerability, and every moment we stand still waiting, wondering if this chaos is just the beginning of a storm that will swallow our hopes whole. Could this be the moment Detroit finally shatters the curse, or are we spiraling into chaos from which there's no return? Because every great team has faced moments like this, moments when the cracks in the armor threaten to crumble everything. And the question remains, will we be stronger for it, or is this the start of Last Stand, a season written in chaos and sorrow with no clear path forward? The city's breath is held tight, clenched fists, hearts pounding like a drumline in the ninth inning, and as the shadows lengthen, as darkness seems to creep over Ford Field's silent stands, one thing is certain, whatever comes next might just define us for generations or shatter us forever. And in Detroit, we don't break easy. But tell me, when the dust settles, when they finally reveal the true story behind Brandon Joseph, will we look back and see the moment Detroit finally faced its own demons? Or will we be left asking, what if, with the echo of that last deafening war cry in the distance, are we truly ready to fight for the soul of our Lions?